Hi guys, welcome back to my tutorial. Here I'm just priming my face with the Avon Color Trend face primer. Works so well. Now I'm just using my Black Opal foundation stick in the color Hazelnut. And usually I use my hands to blend the foundation in because I find that this is a bit, it's not as pliable as the liquid foundations I've used before. I would rather use my hands to really make sure that it's in my skin. And then I'm now using my Black Opal concealer stick in the color Toast. And I find it goes so well with my skin tone. So the more coverage you want, the more concealer you put. So the less coverage, the less concealer. Just highlighting my forehead, nose, my underneath my eyes and my chin. And the good thing about these good concealers is that even if you put a lot, it doesn't start breaking apart as the day goes by. Just adding a little more. And then I just blend my concealer with my beauty blender, and it blends so well. My damp beauty blender, just blend out that concealer. Just highlighting my cheeks, underneath my eyes, sorry. It blends so well. It's so creamy and it just works so well. Blending the concealer on my forehead and also on my nose, just lightly blending that also. The top of my lip and also my chin. And then I'm now using my Black Opal Invisible Oil Control Powder to set my concealer. And it works so well. It sets the concealer and all oiliness is eliminated, literally eliminated when I'm using this. I got it at Jet stores for $23. I'm sure you can get it elsewhere for cheaper. I'm sure you can. Just setting all the areas I put and just lightly dusting just the excess, but leaving some on. Now going on to my eyebrows. As you see, there's not really much because I don't really like the shape my brows are in. It looks so funny. So, and then I'm now using my eye pencil. I got this one for 50 cents and it works so well. It is its pigment is so low that at least it gives me room to play around with the shape of my eyebrow. The unfortunate thing about high pigmented liners is that once you draw once, you can't really go over and over again. You're limited to that just one stroke you put. So at least a low pigmented liner, you can actually build your brow the way you want. So the secret to a good brow shape is get the least pigmented liner that you can get. I'm now using my MAC liner in brown. I got that one for $1 at a MAC store. Well, MAC store in quotes, but it does the job. It really works. I'm just brushing everything out. Don't want it to be too black. Using this gel liner set, I also got it from the same MAC store. Got it for $5 and it is a wonder. I know it's not the real deal, but it really works. I'm just using this to add a bit of shine to my brows because I find that they're a bit dull when I just put the eyeliner on its own. So I'm just using comes in a black and a brown bottle. So I just took a dab in the brown bottle and I'm just going over my brows, adding a bit of definition and bit of shine, just a bit, into my eyebrows. I'm just brushing that all out. Just brushing it all out with my brush again. And then I'm now using my Technique Color Fix concealer in dark to neaten below my eyebrow. And I love this because it's really creamy, but it is not too thick, not too concentrated. So at least I don't need to blend too much when I use this one underneath. Just so just take your time here because no, it's never easy, but it takes time. And then I'm just doing the next brow. Same technique, but you know that sometimes your brows won't exactly look the same, so don't be too hard on yourself. Just blending all that in. I'm now using a smaller brush to just neaten on top of my brow. And as you notice, I prefer doing my eyes after my foundation. Don't know why, it's just how I'm used to it. And that's the beauty of using this type of concealer. It won't even show on top of your foundation because it'll just simply blend in. Just making sure that my brows are not too long and too extended. just dusting off that powder with my powder brush, and you can see it's all of it is just going straight off, leaving a nice matte finish. Now just putting concealer on my eyelid, because usually when I'm putting my shadows, I like to create a base where the shadow can hold on to and when you can see the shadow. So I put my concealer underneath. And for us dark girls, you know that if you put certain types of shadows, you can't really see it. So using this technique, putting some concealer underneath your, on your eyelid, and then setting it with a somewhat lighter powder, and then using your shadows, you can actually see that you will see the shadow more than when you put it directly on your skin or directly on your foundation. I'm just setting that with my translucent powder again, and I'll brush the excess off. Yeah. And then I just got this Color Technique bronze palette, and I'm using one of the warm brown shadows as my transition color. Just putting it all over my eye, my crease, and just above my crease, about up like 50% of my top of my eye. Just blending it nicely. Take your time in blending. You see, I love using warm browns as my transition color. It goes so well with my skin. And then I'm now using this Eye Divine palette in Enchanted Forest, using the burgundy shadow to define my crease. And with the light brown I used and the burgundy, just blends in so well. And as you can see, you can actually see the shades you're using, rather than just putting it directly on your foundation. It wouldn't be as pigmented as this. And I'm using now one of the darker maroon shades, just to get at a slightly smoky feel to the eye. Get a slightly smoky feel to the eye. Give it a bit more depth, and I'm concentrating that on the outer V of my eyelid. And then I'm using the on that same bronze palette, I'm using the deeper bronze shade as my shimmer shadow today. Just trying to blend it in on the inner part of my eyelid, making sure not to go over the darker shadow you put. Just create a balance where you can still see the dark shadow, but still you can still see the shimmer also. And then for my cat eye, I'm using the same gel liner that I used for my eyebrows. I'm just using it to create the cat eye effect, sorry. And this is so much easier than the liquid liner. I feel that liquid liner, the tip is a bit restrictive. I don't know, I just get nervous when I'm using that. So I'm using my angle brush in this. I got that angle brush for $2 at that same Mac store also. So most of the products I'm using are all below $5. Just making sure that everything is in order. Then I'm now going below on my bottom eye line with my black liner. Got that one for 50 cents. Now using my mascara, I got that one for $1 in town. You don't have to use expensive products, ladies. If you can get a cheaper option, I think it's better for you also. Just contouring my nose with my Avon shadow palette, and then just going over everything with that MAC compressed pressed powder that I also got at that same MAC store for $5. And I'm now using my same Avon brown shadow palette, using this as a contour. The reason why I don't contour my forehead is that my hair is in the way, so the moment I let my head down, it covers everything. So I just do my cheeks. You just create a small curve starting from around the top of your eye, or the middle, top of your ear, middle of your ear, going down. Just blend that all out, because we want to create cheekbones, because my face is a bit full. Normally you won't see any of those any of that definition. I'm just going over again with my MAC powder. Just make everything have just one shade, and I'm using my the MAC blush and shadow palette that I also got at that same MAC store. I got this one for $7, but it has, I think, about 12 shadows and 3 different blush tones. And I'm now using the Color Technique bronzer palette. Now using also the shade that I used on my eyelid. I'm using that one as a highlighter. And highlighting, you're just highlighting the areas where the sun hits. That's the top of your cheekbones, the tip of your nose, just on slightly on your forehead, on the top of your lip, and also on your chin. So you just lightly go over those areas with as little product as you can. You wouldn't want to look like you're shining too much. Just dab it a little and just go over. So you can look for any shadow that you have with a golden tone or a peachy tone, especially for dark girls. Just slightly dab and go. And then these lip colors I got from my Avon supplier. Well, they didn't have like the proper product, but she managed to give me samples. And what I love about these lipsticks, they are so creamy and so nice. Because what I find mostly about these matte lipsticks, they leave your lips dry and cracky, but this works so well. I'm using 2 different shades to create that ombre effect, because I think it gives a bit more definition than just using just one color. So soft and they blend out so well. Last, using my Avon makeup setting spray. What? I love this so much. Just gives everything just one, what can I say, just gives it a nice finish. Just brushing out my hair and the look is done. Beauty shot, guys. Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for your support and following the page Between Us Girls. More tutorials will keep coming. If you want a more personalized tutorial, you can just inbox and I can send them to you to your WhatsApp, but at a small cost. Very small cost for a personalized tutorial. But these ones that I put on the wall are, you can just stream them from wherever you are. Thank you so much, guys, and enjoy your day. Keep rocking. Zim Goals rock. Zim Makeup rocks. Thank you. Bye.